Hello, everyone. Welcome to Peaks Yoga class. My name is Christa Tyson. I'll be your instructor for this class. This is an all levels flow class. And what that means, all levels, if something does not feel right for your body and you need to modify in order to feel safe and healthy, please go ahead and do so. If you're loving a pose and want to challenge yourself a little bit more and hold it extra, feel free to do so. Because we're not in person, I can't see your alignment and keep you safe that way. So it's your job, if you're practicing from home, to honor your body and listen to your body. And I hope you enjoy this class. Go ahead and sit comfortably on your mat. We're going to sit with our legs crossed. This is called Savasana. And since we're creatures of habit and we tend to sit in the same way all the time, go ahead and switch it up. Put the other leg in front and see how that feels. Pull the flesh from your sit bones back so your sit bones can root down into the earth and start to root down through the pelvis, and at the same time lift through the spine, lift through the crown of the head so you feel a lot of space here in the torso. We're used to just like hanging into our joints. So start to get that length, roll the shoulders back and down, and you can rest the hands comfortably on the knees. Go ahead and close your eyes for a moment, practicing Pratyahara. It's one of the 8 limbs of yoga, and it translates to withdrawing the senses inward. So when we close our eyes, it helps our mind relax, letting go of the hustle and bustle of the week and centering inward. And then start to notice the flow of the breath, pranayama, the inhale and the exhale, making sure you're taking long, deep, flowing breaths through the entire class. So important. And then start to check in with the body. Notice if you're feeling achy anywhere. Practicing non-judgmental awareness, just noticing what's going on in your vessel without judging. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down, giving a little bit of an opening across the front of the heart. And then bring your hands into prayer position in front of the heart. This is called Anjali Mudra. And from this place of stillness, go ahead and set an intention for your practice silently in your mind. And then open the eyes. We're going to start with sunshine breath. It's just a nice way to incorporate movement of the body with the flow of the breath. So you're going to take the arms out to the sides. Inhale, bring the arms up. Turn the palms away. Exhale, bring it down. Nice and easy. The slower and deeper the breath, the slower the movement of the arms. Try and keep your shoulders down away from the ears so that you have space in the neck, at the neck. Keep the rib cage lifting up away from the bowl of the pelvis so there's length in the spine. And let's see if we can slow it down even more. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, let all the air out of the lungs. And even slower on this next one. And you can even practice Ujjayi Pranayama. It's a slight constriction in the aperture of the throat as you breathe, relaxing the jaw, and that will help to calm the mind. Now we're going to add in some side stretches. So as you exhale, tip to the right. Inhale to center, arms up. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Up nice and tall. So keep going side to side, nice and slow. There's no rush. You have an hour to take it easy and take care of your body, your mind, and your soul. And last one. And then arms up. Big inhale and exhale, rest the hands on the knees. So this next exercise is excellent for digestion. We're going to do clockwise rolls. So as you move forward, the shoulders roll back and down, the chin lifts. There's an opening here across the front of the heart. When you're at the side, it's like a C stretch. When you roll back on the exhale, imagine you're holding a big beach ball. So there's lots of movement here. Inhale as you move forward. Exhale as you loop back. This is good for the hips, the spine, the shoulders, and the neck. And it also helps to stimulate your digestive juices to help you break down your food. So this exercise is good to do before you eat or 2 hours after a meal. Nice and slow. Again, no rush. Deep flowing breaths through your whole practice. If you're in a pose or an asana and you notice that you're not able to take deep breaths, then back out of the pose. All right, and then we'll come to center. Put the other leg in front, counterclockwise rotations. Inhale, sweep it forward, and exhale, and roll it back. And this class is being filmed in the Los Alamos Nature Center, in front of the big windows overlooking the beautiful Los Alamos. We have the canyon here and Pajarito Mountain right across the way. Beautiful spot. One more big circle. And then pausing, sitting up nice and tall. Notice how you feel after just a few minutes of yoga. Hopefully a little better already. All right, this one's good for shoulders, especially if you have a desktop. Hands at the heart center. Actually, I'm going to show this from the side for the first sequence, and then I'll make sure that. So, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back, drop the chin to the chest. On the inhale, roll the shoulders back, open the heart, and lift the gaze to the sky. And then exhale, bring the arms forward, open up those shoulder blades, chin to the chest, round your back. Inhale, nice and tall, sitting in Savasana. All right, so we're going to do that following our breath. Inhale, look up, big stretch. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. This time, put the other pinky on the outside. Inhale, open the heart, lift the chin. And exhale, round. Get that stretch across the upper back and shoulders. Inhale to center. And exhale here. Again, inhale. Looking up, reach up. Exhale. Bring the hands behind the back, move forward. Inhale, open the heart, lift the chin. And exhale, round. Bring the hands up in front. Inhale to center. Good. And then rest the hands on the knees. Notice how you feel in the shoulders and neck. All right. And then if you're okay with it, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. If you have sore knees, you can either put a blanket here, or you can take an extra little fold in the mat like this and put your knees on that extra layer. So that's an option too. This is 3-part flow. You want your back in a tabletop position. Hands spread so that the middle fingers are parallel and there's a little lift through the center of the palm. You always want to keep a little bend in the elbows so they don't lock. And we're going to do cat-cow child's pose flow with a twist. So if you want to watch me for the first one, and then you can follow along after that. So it's inhale, open the heart, cow pose. Exhale, round through the back, cat pose. Send the hips to the heels, drop the elbows down, forearms are parallel, child's pose. And then as you inhale, you're going to start to come forward, almost like you're crawling underneath the gate. Once the shoulders are over the wrists, you're going to tricep press up, so working the arms, and come into a twist, pick your side. All right, so that's the sequence, and we're just going to alternate which side we twist to each time we come forward and up. All right, inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round through the back, come down to child's pose. Drop those elbows, arms are parallel. Inhale, glide forward and up, tricep press up, twist. Exhale, roll it back and down. Inhale, glide forward and up, take your twist. Exhale, roll back and down. Inhale, bring it forward. And exhale, roll it back. So keep going, following the flow of your breath. We're going to do one more time each side. And at any time your mind starts to wander, just focus on the sound and the feel of the breath to help bring your mind back into the present moment. All right, we'll come down to child's pose and rest. Here you want to take the elbows wide, soften the heart into the earth center, the forehead rests on your mat. This pose is really good for the low back, for the hips. All right, let's roll back up onto the hands and knees. All right, right hand to midline. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. So you're trying to stack the shoulders, keeping the hips over the knees. Nice, gentle twist. And then if you want to get into the quads, you're going to start to dip the hips back down to the heels. Hug in the direction of the side of your mat. And then if you want, you can drop your left hand behind you. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. And then start to lift the hips and press your knees into the ground. And you might feel a stretch across the front of that right quad. Make sure you're breathing. Good. Drop the hips down. Cartwheel forward, keeping your twist. And then exhale, all fours. Take a cat-cow to reset. And then we'll do the same thing other side. Left hand to midline. Inhale your right arm up. Find your twist. Sit your hips to your heels, keeping your heart to the side of the mat. Drop your right hand behind you, left hand to the sky. Lift those hips. Press that left knee into the ground. Drop the hips down, cartwheel it forward, find your twist. And then coming to all fours. Knees are as wide as the mat, big toes touch, so your shins are in the leather feet. Drop the hips down, wide knee, child's pose. Rest onto the earth. Again, this is an excellent pose for low backache. If you have someone at home with you, you can ask them to press on your sacrum down towards your heels, and it's a great way to release tension in those low back muscles. Bring your hands under your shoulders, Slowly roll up, bring the knees hip distance apart, walk your hands forward. All right, so you're in all fours, then you're going to take your hands one handprint forward, curl the toes under, and we're going to come into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. So you're going to roll the hips up and back, pedal out through the heels, inviting a stretch into the backs of the legs. Relax the muscles of the face and jaw. Make sure there's no locking of the joints of the elbows or knees. And then let the heels sink into the earth. Lift the hips up and back. Gratitude that your body can be here in this pose. Eventually, once your body's used to this pose, it's considered a rest pose. But if you're not used to it, it can be really challenging. We're going to inhale forward, and you can hold plank here, or you can drop your knees if you need that support. So again, it's all levels class. You choose if you want something a little bit more restorative or more challenging. So when you're in plank, hug your navel into your spine, hug the quads up to the bone. Make sure you're taking deep breaths. Side plank, two options. Right knee down, inside edge of the left foot to the floor, left hand to the sky. So this is supported side plank. Or you can straighten both legs and hold it here for 5 minutes. And if you can only hold it for a couple breaths now, that's okay. The more you practice, the easier it will get. All right, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So whichever you picked, knee down or knee up. Vinyasa, look how strong we are. And then find your plank, downward dog. And then we're going to take teeny tiny steps forward to the front of the mat, finding your forward fold. Nice long spine on the inhale, and exhale, relax the upper back. You can bring your hands to your shins or to the floor. Shift the weight to the toes and press the heels down. Trying to take off my necklace because it's hard to talk with the necklace across my mouth. All right, so we're going to do a press pull to work the backs of the legs. So on the inhale, you're going to press into the shins, lengthen the spine, but you're still into the fold, getting a stretch through the legs. On the exhale, you're going to bring your arms behind the legs, bicep curl, pull yourself in. So it's inhale, press. Exhale, pull. The entire time, you should feel your weight a little bit more forward towards the toes, and you should be activating the backs of the leg by pressing the heels into the earth. Active stretch versus passive stretch. It brings good blood flow into the muscle tissues and will create more flexibility over time. And last one, hug it in. And then you're going to bend the knees. Rest the torso on your legs. Relax the arms, loosey-goosey. And you're going to slowly roll up, coming up to stand. Back in front of the mat. So now we're going to get into the Vinyasa flow part of our class. Vinyasa just means flow, and you can modify it in any way you like. We're going to do traditional Surya Namaskara A to begin, and sun salutation. So roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hinge to the hips, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, feeling that stretch through the spine. Exhale, step back, find your plank. Inhale here. You can drop your knees if you need the support. Chaturanga. Turn the eyes and the elbows forward. Take the elbows straight back into the right. There should be a 90-degree with the elbows. Roll on the inhale up to the tops of the feet, opening up the heart. And then exhale, Downward dog. That's starting Namaskara A. Simple vinyasa flow. Great for the body. Kind of works a little bit of everything. On the base of the exhale, you can jump or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then reverse one back. Inhale all the way up, lifting forward, floor. And exhale, prayer to the heart. Good job. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. If you step back with the other foot this time. Find your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down. Sinking to the heels, looking at your hands and feet. Make sure you're symmetrical from the mat. And at the base of the exhale, transition forward to the front of the mat into your forward fold. And then on the inhale, strong forward, lift yourself all the way up. And exhale, prayer to the heart. I'm going to face you guys for this next little flow. We're going to work our stabilizer muscles for a minute. Shift your weight to your left foot, hug the left hip into midline. Inhale your right knee up. Exhale, swing it straight back into warrior three, so your body's making a big letter T. And then inhale, tip back, warrior one. Okay, I'm going to show you that from the side. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, bring that knee forward. Continuing on the same side. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 3. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, bring it forward, hold it here. Cross the ankle over the top of the knee, take the knee wide, and then sit back. Get your floor stretch, gets into the outer hips, and piriformis. And then release. So if I'm turning back and forth, it's just to give you a different camera angle. We'll do that same thing on the other side. Left leg up on the inhale. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale. Follow your breath. So this is really good for strengthening the ankles, knees, the hips. So if you're big into hiking, all the beautiful trails in Los Alamos County will help keep you safe on that uneven ground, nice strong ankles, strength and flexibility. Key. Last time, take it back. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, bring that knee forward. And then cross the ankle over the top of the opposite knee. And sit back, get your core stretch. And release. Coming to the front of your mat. We're going to go through some creative flow now. Keep our hip distance apart. Inhale, arms up, look up. Give yourself a little back bend, lifting up out of the low pelvis. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Step back with your right foot. Exhale, find a lunge. So you really want to be strong in that back leg, lifting that knee up so that the leg is straight. So it can be without rocking. And then you always want, if you're ever in lunge, the knee on top of the ankle or behind it. You never want the knee past the ankle. That just is not good for your knees. So you're in your lunge. Drop the right knee down. Glide the hips forward. Really nice stretch in that hip flexor. Relax the muscles of the face and jaw. Soften the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And then if you want, you can take your hips up and back and start to lift the toes, left toes. And press that heel, left heel into the ground and kind of pull back and feel a nice hamstring stretch. And then come forward back to lunge. Revisit here. Right hand down to the floor and your left hand to your left knee. And then you can start to twist to the left. You can just give a little press into the knee. Or you can reach to the sky with the left hand. And breathe here. And release that left hand down to the floor, framing the left foot with the hand. And then step back with the left foot. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Right foot forward. Find your lunge. Right knee on top of the ankle, back left leg straight. And be mindful of the shoulders. Fine. Focus on the entire body, not just the foundation. Drop the left knee down, slide those hips forward, feeling that nice stretch. Hip flexor over the left side. And then up and back with the hips. Press into the heel, right heel with the right toes. And come back to your lunge. Left hand down, right hand to the right knee. Move that right shoulder open. And then reach to the sky. Giving yourself a nice cross twist. And bring that hand down. Step back, find your plank. And we're going to lower all the way down to the floor. Bring your elbows forward so that they're underneath the shoulders. Move the shoulders back and down. Feel a lift through the heart. Back of the neck is long. Soften the muscles of the face and jaw. So we'll do that bend here. And then bring your hands under your shoulders. Very slowly press up and back into child's pose, a nice counter pose for heart movement for back bend. And then let's find downward dog. Up and back with the hips. And I'm just going to turn to face you guys for this. When you come forward, you're going to bring the legs into a squat. So the feet go about as wide as the skinny edge of your mat. You want the toes turned out, pointing in the same direction as the knee. So you always want the second toe pointing in the same direction as the center of the knee. Drop the hips down. If your knees are falling in, you can use your elbows to help them. Wide. Move the shoulders back and down. So this exercise is called fire water. It's a great detox for the body, but also really good for strengthening the legs. All right, so watch me first, and then you can join in. When you exhale and you're starting to lift the hips, you want to spin your toes so they stay in line with the knee. So this is the exhale. I press up with the hips and down with the head. And then the inhale, you spin the toes out and drop the hips. Okay? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This gets the heart going. It builds up heat in the body. I like to do this sequence a lot before ski season to get my legs ready for the slopes. And one more. Good. And then we'll sit back onto the hips, bring the legs forward. I'll show this from the side. So you're in both those. If you need to drop the hands behind you for support, you can. But when you do open, close it, following the breath. So again, if you need the support, you can drop your hands, you can tuck the heels down a little bit, or you can lift. So it's inhale, exhale, little pulses. Three more. And then sitting with your legs crossed in Savasana. You're going to tip forward into your hands, lift the hips, and then walk the feet back, coming onto all fours, and still working the core. Hug the core in, the transverse abdominals hugging. And then you're going to extend the left leg and right arm. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Make sure that right hip is hugging in so you're not flaring out in the hip joint. And two more on the side. And release. And the knee. We'll do the same thing other side. 5. Go ahead and start. Exhale, then you bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale and stretch. 3 more. And all fours. Bring your hands one hand print forward, curl the toes under, downward dog. And then we're going to step the right foot forward, drop the back heel down at an angle. Warrior 1. We're going to be in each of the poses in this sequence for 5 reps. Warrior 2. When you turn to the side, make sure the knee does not fall in. You want to keep it over the heel. Peaceful warrior. Back hand down, turn the front palm up and lift. Keep the front knee over the ankle. And then you're going to start to straighten that front leg without locking the knee one a little bend. Step the back foot in just a little bit, and then we'll come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Imagine there's a wall behind you, and your whole body is leaning against that wall, and that will keep you from, overextending forward or back. You want the wingspan straight up and down. If your neck is tired, you can look down. If your neck's okay, just trying to keep it as a beautiful extension of the spine. And then we're going to come into extended side angle. So bend that right knee, bring your right elbow to your right knee, and then lift the left arm up and over. Try to keep your left wrist, shoulder, hip, and heel in one straight line. Are you taking those nice deep breaths? So important. All right, you're going to lift up the back heel, start to turn your torso to the floor, step back with the right foot, and we'll take a Vinyasa, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. You stay here. I'm just going to turn so that I can continue to face you guys, face the camera. All right, left foot forward, drop the back heel down. Warrior one, 5 breaths. Soften those shoulders down, away from the ears. Tuck the tailbone a little bit. And then turn to warrior two. Look down at your left knee, make sure it's not dipping in. Hold the shoulder blades together, give it a little bit of opening across the heart. Tip it back. Peaceful warrior, 5 breaths here. Keep that front knee over the ankle. And then start to straighten that front leg, diving into triangle pose. You can scooch that back foot in just a little bit. Stacking the arms. This is one of my favorite poses. So when you are watching this video at home, if you're watching this and doing this practice once a week, once you get to these triangle poses, you can eventually get to a place where you're just holding the torso up using support for each side. All right, let's come into extended side angle, reach up and over. And then start to lift that back heel, turn your torso to mat, step back, find your plank. 5 breaths here. Little lift through the center of the palm. Small bend in the elbows. Make sure you're breathing. My kids have the Guinness Book of World Records books, and I think the world record for the book they have for plank was like over 8 hours. All right, drop the knees together, feet together. Sit back on the heels, roll up. All right. So we're going to start to tip our hands back. Spin your hands so that the fingers point forward, tuck the tailbone, and you may already feel a stretch through the quads here. And then if you want, you can lift the hips for a bit of a quad stretch. Activate the quads by pressing those knees down. And then drop the hips, come forward, seating child pose. So you're just going to drape your torso over your legs, drop the head down, and relax the arms next to the body. Let the shoulders melt, palms face up to the sky. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Slowly roll yourself up. And then I do like to actually bring some extra padding for the knees for this one. This practice is kind of working the whole body today. Okay. All right, so bring your knees up to that extra fold. Bring your left leg forward. And then you're going to reach back, drop on to the right foot. Tuck the tailbone under. So scoop it under. You'll feel a nice deep stretch on that right quad. If you don't feel stretch, you can keep that activity in the leg and start to glide the hips forward. Called crocodile pose. Not sure why it's called crocodile pose. All right, and then lift the hips, curl the toes under, drop that foot, and then we'll switch sides. Maybe the jaws of the crocodile are the legs. Tuck the tail under. And then glide those hips forward, getting a bit of a deep stretch. And you can always do this one at the wall, with the wall right behind you, holding your foot for you. That makes it a bit more fun. All right, and we'll come out of it. And then you can unfold your mat. And we'll pop up, downward dog. And then walk your hands backwards to your feet. Taking a fold. Bend the knees. Slowly roll yourself up to stand. All right. We're going to revisit figure 4 stretch to get a little bit of a deeper stretch into the outer hips. Tuck the left hip in, cross the right leg over. Sit the hips back, getting that nice stretch. If you feel any pressure in the knee, make sure that your ankle is straight and you're active through the foot instead of relaxed. So nice active foot helps to hug in all those stabilizing muscles. And we're going to pulse up and down. So this is your exhale, sit deeply into the pose. Inhale, press the outside of the ankle into the leg as you lift. Exhale. Inhale. So good for the hips. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Lift. And then breathe. Let's do some hip circles before we switch sides. Switch directions. All right, nice and tall. Tuck that right hip in. Cross the left ankle over. Activate through the heel. And sit back. Are you holding tension anywhere in the body? See if you can let that tension flow out. Bringing in strength and activity. And relaxing where you need to. So you can release the tension in the shoulders and neck. And hands while you're being strong in the lower body. Press on the inhale. Exhale. Press on the inhale. Exhale. All right, one more. And release. Rolling out through the tops of the feet. Now we're going to come down to sit on the floor. I'm actually going to lift the computer to show you this from like an angle of looking down. So you're going to sit down. And, ooh, the computer's hot. Okay, so when we're in Sukhasana, like at the beginning of the practice, our legs were like this. For double pigeon, which is a hip opener, you want to bring the knees closer so that the shins are parallel with the edge of the mat and the knees are closer to the heels. So see the difference? You want like a triangle there between the legs. So that's double pigeon pose. And then you're gonna lean forward, tipping the pelvis forward. Bring your knees a little closer. I have two friends here taking the class with me. Okay. So pull the flesh from the sit bones behind you. If you touch the knees and put your fingers straight down, you should be able to touch the heels. So that's a way to test. Bring your feet a little bit more forward. Again, if it's tender on the knees, activate the heels, press the outside edges of the feet into the ground. And then if you feel an intense stretch here, you can just hold it here. If you want to come forward, you can come to the elbows. I can't demonstrate going any deeper, but if you are flexible in the hips, you can actually lay forward and rest your head on the floor. Notice if you're letting the tension from the hips creep into another place of the body. Like sometimes you tend to hold it in the upper body. Relax the upper body, let that wave of relaxation go down into the hip region, into the pelvis. And reconnect with awareness of the breath. All right, I'm going to start to lift. And notice which leg is in front because we're going to switch it up. Take the legs out in front, and she'll wiggle the feet right. Wiggle the toes, legs, and then we'll do the same thing other side. Bring your hands to the knees, point your finger down so you can touch your heels, shins, forward. You want that perfect triangle when you look down. Hold the flesh and your sit bones out behind you. And then we'll dip into it. Take a moment to feel gratitude that you're taking time for your practice today. Dedication to a practice is called Savasana, and it's considered the hardest part of yoga practice, is the showing up, making time. If you can do that, and you've already made it through the hardest part of yoga practice. And that's for anything, any ritual or routine, just showing up and getting there. So important. Slowly roll up, stretch the leg out, wiggle the toes, and then we're going to take our legs wide. All right, pull the flesh from the sit bones up behind you. You want to activate the legs, so try to avoid this. You want to be pointing the toes straight to the sky, pressing out through the heels, and then tip the pelvis forward. This is about the extent of my flexibility here. So you want the pelvis to tip forward and the spine to stay straight. You can cheat and round to the back and come down deeper, but right now we're working on pelvis, legs, and my spine, move the shoulders back. Look at your feet, make sure the toes are pointing up. So if your hands are out in front of you, we're going to keep this stretch through the legs and the activity. We're going to loop and roll to the left, come forward, loop to the right. So you might start to feel a nice massage through the low back. Deep breath. Notice like a massage from the inside out. And then we'll roll it up. We're going to bring our right leg in. Keep the left leg nice and active. Turn your torso to the right. Let your left hand glide down your left leg. Bring the right arm up and over. You want your neck nice and long. Try not to let the head dangle down. Good. Nice stretch to the side body. This is a good one for inhale. All right, and then keeping the legs here, you're just going to start to drop the right arm. Bring your hands on either side of the left leg. Super glue your hands to the floor and come back, and you feel the heart open a bit. And getting a nice stretch through the left leg, and maybe still continuing to feel a stretch through the outside of the right back. And then start to walk your hands closer to the hips. Lengthening through the spine, turn the heart forward, and then we're going to come into mermaid pose. So you're going to draw your right hand behind you at about a 45-degree angle with the fingertips pointing back. You're going to roll up onto the top of the right shin and inside edge of the left foot. Lift the hips, give yourself a little back bend. And drop it down. I was teaching an online yoga class and the computer froze in that pose. My students were like, we were holding it for about 10 minutes. Maybe we can switch poses. All right, so we're going to switch sides. You can hold it as long as you want. You can press pause on this video at any time, hold the poses longer. Maybe this could be a 2-hour yoga class for you today. All right, turn your body to the left. Slide your right hand down your right leg, left arm up and over. Draw those shoulders down away from the ears. Give your jaw a little wiggle side to side. Stand up through the crown, nice long neck. The whole body, pay attention to the entire body through your asana practice. And it's harder to take deep breaths in some of these side bends or twists. So see if you can continue to take deep breaths. Start to tip your torso toward the right leg. Move those shoulders back and down. Let's take a cleansing breath in through the nose, out with the side. Nice stretch here. Inhale, start to lift. All right, we're going to swim with that left arm out behind us. Lift the hips, mermaid pose. Open up the heart. Keep it engaged behind you. And we're going to good. Soles of the feet together. Coming into butterfly pose. My daughter calls this butterfly. All right, so soles of the feet together. Lift the shoulders back and down. Tilt the pelvis forward. Keep the spine nice and long. Lifting out of the bowl of the pelvis as you tip to the feet. So imagine your heart going forward and down instead of going to the back, into the feet. And inhale, rise, Gomukhasana or cow face pose. Left knee on bottom, right knee on top. So you want to stack the knees. If this is too much on your knees, then you can just continue to stay in butterfly pose. Good. All right. Allow the legs melt into the toes. Right arm on top. Pat yourself on the back. And left arm around. And you can either hold your shirt or hold your hands. And yourself shoulder opener. Don't let your chin jet forward. Roll the chin in and up so there's length in the neck. And then if you want, you can start to bring them up forward. Stretch here. Inhale up, release the arms, keeping the legs in this position. Drop the right ear to your right shoulder, stretching through the side. Roll the chin to the chest. Inhale. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Just like that. Roll the chin to the chest. And inhale up. Very good. And the other side. And back. Rocket the legs up and over to the other side. Exactly. Right. You want to add the arms, left arm. So this side is really tight for me, so I have to use my mind to cue my body to relax. That awareness is so important. Noticing what's going on in the body, non-judgmental awareness, just noticing and sending messages. Go ahead and soften there. Release that. It's really important to be able to notice the messages that your body's giving you. Release the arms. Left ear, left shoulder. Left chin to the chest. Right ear to the shoulder. Left to the chest. All right, release the legs. If you have a ponytail holder and you can take that out of the way on the back, and then the back of your head to be able to lay flat. All right, so here, hip distance apart, knees up. We're going to do some back rolls. So as you inhale, let the tailbone start to lift the hips up, rolling up the spine, going as high as you can lift, and then when you exhale, roll. Inhale, roll up. Exhale. Nice massage. Keep your head centered. Follow the breath up and down with the hips. And then lift, hold it here. See if you can interlace the hands underneath the pelvis. And then try and walk the shoulders closer together so you get a bit of a more opener here. Again, keep the head centered. Untuck those shoulders. Roll yourself down, nice and easy. Let the knees touch, feet go a little wide, and relax here for a minute. And then the most important pose of the practice is Savasana. It's relaxation pose. It's where you absorb the benefits of your practice. And it's easy to skip this if you're practicing from home. So I beg you to just take these extra minutes to practice Savasana. It's so important. Go ahead, relax the legs, the arms, palms face up. Get as comfortable as possible. And then close your eyes, sinking into the earth. Letting the thoughts become still. The breath is effortless. And breath. Let the peace you feel now be within you always and share around you. So you're going to stay here as long as you would like to. I'm going to end the class now so that you guys can take as long of a nap as you'd like. You deserve it. Namaste, everybody.